What's up, guys? It's your boy D Bus the Barber coming at you with another video. Here we got my client. He has the curly top going on. He's gonna get high tapers, sides and back. So first off, I'm gonna start by combing it out a little bit just to give me a cleaner canvas. We'll begin with putting in a line of demarcation in with my Andis Master cordless. This here helps me take the ball line out a lot faster, and I do 30-minute haircut appointments, so it keeps me moving smoothly and efficiently. I'll open that guard up and I'll go up about a ½ inch, and then I'll start blending it back down just so I can kind of see it in transition. So here next, I'll take my number 1 guard open and blend it into majority of the bulk. And as you can see, it's already starting to blend itself out. I tend to use the C-stroke motion a lot. It helps me in my blending. I'm less likely to have to go back with guards, even though I do, because I like to add that extra bit of detail as I'm fading. I like to then take my 1 guard with it closed and try to use the corner of the blade and just kind of blend it out, blend that line out, that line of demarcation that we made with the 1 open. Here I'm gonna speed it up a little bit to show you more of my detail process. Even though the fade looks done, I like to get more in detail, just using that corner of the blade, kind of knocking out any dark spots that I might see. Here I like to take and run the guard, that 1 closed around the ear, just to clean up around the hairline, just to make it easier when shaping up, just so it stands out a little bit more. Here I'm just going through and putting my line of demarcation in to start off the high taper with my Andis Masters cordless with the fade blade on it. I do this on both sides just to make sure both sides is even. Then I'm gonna take my Andis cordless T outliner. I'm gonna go ahead and clean up underneath that. I'm actually gonna clean up the back too, since I didn't do it on the back. Same thing with the other side, just to kind of keep it in rotation. Then I'll take my Babyliss shaver, gold shaver. I'll go ahead and clean up underneath that. Bear with me with my autofocusing. It keeps going on my hand for some reason. I haven't figured it out yet. I'm still learning it, watching a bunch of YouTube videos on how to use my camera correctly and all the settings and whatnot. Here I'll go ahead and put my first line. I wouldn't say line, my first demarcation guideline in. We'll go about a ½ inch up, then I'll kind of fade down. I'll then go ahead and take my number 1 guard open, same thing like I did on the back. I'll go ahead and try to blend it as much as possible into the top, just kind of doing a little bit of freehand. I'll go ahead and comb it down to kind of keep the area clean. This way I can get the most hair into the guard. I'll then go and close that 1 guard up and start knocking out some of those darker areas into the fade, just kind of using the corner. As you see, I like to add a good bit of detail, kind of always making sure to comb that hair down. You just never know what's going to fall out of place, especially after the haircut's done and we go ahead and curl it. After he curls it up or when he goes home, you don't want that fade to be looking like it got a line in it. You don't want him to get made fun of walking down the street or nothing. I'll do the same thing on this side, same steps. Guard open, fade down, take the line out. Then I will go to my number 1 guard, open, same thing, try to blend as much as possible into the top. less digging I have to do later on. I guess you guys get to look at my hand. It looks kind of pretty, don't it? Hey, I'm just taking my number 2 guard and kind of blending a lot of that bulk that laid at the ridge into the top of his hair. Here I like to take my number 1 guard closed and try to just brush some of the hair down so you can kind of see his hairline, make it more noticeable. Here I'm going to use the Holding Spray Enhance by Rich the Barber. We're going to spray it where the hairline lays, front, back, side to side. Kind of rub it in a little bit. Go ahead and blow dry that. Dry down a little bit, kind of brush that hairline down, try to get most of the hair to lay within that hold spray. Here I'm just gonna pick his hair out. We're gonna freehand it. Just try to even it out some. He relaxed his hair, so it tends to get uneven. His hair's usually super tight. It has super tight curls. Here I'll take my Ennis Master with the fade blade on it, and I'll just go through and I'll clean it up. I'm just trying to take off as little as possible. I like to pick it back out after I've done the initial freehand just to make sure I can get it as even as possible. Sometimes it's definitely not easy to get it even because we are dealing with curly hair, so there's hair that lays underneath hair. Here we're gonna comb some of that hair down so we can get a clean start on putting his hairline in, or cutting his hairline. I don't know why I said putting his hairline in, because we ain't put nothing in. We're about to cut it. Like I said, I'm still new at this. Sometimes, depending on the hair, I either like to use my Babyliss Gold FX trimmer. I feel like it just hits better and it cuts a little bit smoother for me rather than my cordless T outliner, especially on his hair. And I tend to do that. So depending on certain clients that I do cut, certain clippers do cut better on them than they do on other people. It's just really preference for any of you guys that are looking for people, looking for ideas of what clippers to buy, what clippers to start with. I've tried almost everything and anything that's out there, and I just kind of find what works best for me. Here I'll go ahead and lay his hairline in there, and as you can see, like as I'm cutting, you can tell that the hair is like stayed in place. You can kind of get that ash line effect that everybody loves so much. Here I'm gonna take my airbrush just to enhance his hairline just a little bit. Some people love it, some people hate it. It's just all in preference. I kind of just did it for the video. He likes it. It just makes it look super sharp. He was gonna be playing in states for high school basketball, but I guess everything got canceled with this coronavirus. And I guess I got more time to work on some videos I have in the tank. I'm gonna try to drop a video every Wednesday, starting off right now, just depending on how much content I can get out there or even get recorded, based on time. I cut a lot of people through the week, so it's kind of hard to kind of dedicate a lot of time to it. As you kind of see, you can tell how much of a difference it made on his hairline. It looks a lot sharper now. Damn, I got some ashy elbows. I hope no one caught that. As more videos drop, I'll get more and more comfortable with talking. I feel like when there's gaps in between, it kind of tends to get boring. Just got to figure out like what to talk about, what to do, what to say. But, you know, I'm in this together. Feedback is always appreciated. Here, I just lean him back. I'm going to razor it just to clean it up a little bit more. Autofocus is all jacked up. I got to work on that. Well, here you go, guys. Here's the finished product. Hope you like it. Like, subscribe, follow me on Instagram. I really appreciate it. I'm out.